be honest, I don't get it.
Minsan nga nakakatawa rin.
Basta, hindi naman hard. We should just learn to accept more.
Every person deserves to feel safe for who they are, but for many, their gender identity and expression become reasons for judgment, teasing, or exclusion. This is our story about how we often misunderstand others and how understanding can lead to respect.
Hi everyone, so today we're going to ask some strangers about how they think about gender diversity. So let's see their opinion. To be honest, I don't get it. SOGIESC? Parang masyadong komplikado. Before, we just had boy and girl. Tapos ngayon, may iba pa?
True. I feel like some people are just confused. Parang gusto lang nila gumawa ng issue or magpapansin.
And sometimes, people laugh about it. Like, when a girl dresses like a boy or a boy acts feminine, minsan nga nakakatawa rin.
But don't you think those jokes can hurt others? Basta, hindi naman hard. Okay lang siguro. Joke lang naman, di ba?
Yeah, minsan nga nakakatawa eh. We should just learn to accept more.
Uy, eh na si Raisa. Parang lalaki talaga yung forma, oh.
Yan, huwag naman ganyan.
Eh, totoo naman ah. Lalaki ba siya o babae? Baka gusto niya lumipat sa boy section.
Rian, this is just me. I'm comfortable this way.
Ay, komportable daw. Eh kung ganyan ka, huwag ka magtaka kung magtawanan ka.
Rian, that's not right, okay? Dressing differently doesn't make someone less of a person.
You don't know how it feels to be laughed at every single day. I'm just being myself, and that shouldn't be wrong. What's going on here?
Teresa, si Rian siya see. She was teasing Raisa because of how she dressed.
Rian, that's not acceptable. Expressing yourself differently is not wrong. Respect means letting someone be who they are.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you, Raisa. Akala ko bero lang, pero mali pala ako. Hey, Raisa! Group tayo sa project, ah?
Sure, thanks, Rian.
See? It's easy to get along when you choose respect.
That's what I love to see. My classmates are learning to accept one another.
After seeing how Raisa was treated, let's take a moment to understand why being different in terms of gender expression and identity is completely okay. It starts with understanding SOGIESC. SOGIESC stands for Sexual Orientation, Gender Identity and Expression, and Sex Characteristics. It's what makes each of us who we are, our attraction, our identity, our expression, and our biology. Let's begin with sex characteristics. These are the physical traits we're born with, like our body parts, chromosomes, and hormones. At birth, doctors usually look at these traits and assign us a label, boy or girl. That's what we call our assigned sex at birth. But as we grow up, not everyone fits perfectly into those two boxes. Some people discover that their identity, how they feel inside, doesn't always match the label given to them at birth. That's completely valid. Meanwhile, sexual orientation is about who we're attracted to, emotionally or romantically, whether to the same gender, different genders, or more than one gender. Everyone's orientation is unique, and none is more normal than another. This is where gender identity comes in. It's about how a person deeply feels inside, male, female, both, neither, or somewhere in between. It's not something others can decide for you. It's something only you can truly know. Then there's gender expression, how we show who we are through clothing, hairstyle, behavior, and the way we speak. Some people express themselves in ways that don't match what society expects, and that's okay too. SOGIESC teaches us that human identity isn't just about being a boy or a girl. There's a whole spectrum because people are beautifully diverse. And when someone identifies differently or expresses themselves in a way that doesn't fit the usual expectations, it doesn't make them wrong. It just makes them real, living their truth. Respect means allowing others to be who they are without judgment, without shame. Because behind every label, there's a person who wants to be seen, understood, and accepted. So before we laugh, stare, or assume, let's first learn and listen. Understanding SOGIESC helps us see the world not in black and white, but in a full spectrum of color, where everyone has a place. Let's move beyond the limits of boy or girl and embrace the truth that all of us, regardless of gender, deserve respect and love. SOGIESC is not just about definitions, it's about humanity. When we understand it, we don't just respect others, we make the world kinder for everyone.
In our society today, many still face discrimination simply because of who they are and how they express themselves. But SOGIESC reminds us that everyone is different and that's okay.
Respect is not just about tolerance. It's about understanding that gender and identity are part of a person's humanity. When we mock, judge, or exclude others for being different, we take away their dignity.
We often don't realize that our words' action can hurt deeply. A simple joke, a single look of disapproval, or constant teasing can make someone feel unwanted. But when we choose respect and support them, we make our communities safer, kinder, and more human.
I stand here today not just for myself, but for everyone who's been laughed at, judged, or silenced because of who they are. No one deserves to hide their identity just to feel accepted. Respect should never depend on someone's gender, but on our shared humanity.
SOGIESC is not about division, it's about inclusion. It teaches us that all people, regardless of how they identify or express themselves, deserves equal treatment and protection.
We can all start by choosing kindness, by replacing judgment with empathy and hate with love. Because when we respect one another, we build a world where everyone can live freely and healthy.
Let us break the cycle of discrimination. Let us stand for equality, respect, and acceptance for all genders. Different but equal. Respect knows no gender, only humanity.